Welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. This evening, I'm joined by my guest, John Blevins AKA Uncle John. I will be doing post-Chelsea and Leicester City analysis and pre-Aston Villa versus Forest talk show. So, how are you, Uncle John?
I'm very well, yeah. Looking forward to the Easter holiday. Like yourself, are you doing anything special? Here we go.
I'm got a few days out, I think. And also, I'm going to go to the restaurant on Sunday.
Oh, nice one. Who's paying?
We got brilliant, my dad.
You'll be going to the Villa game, will you?
Yes, Saturday I'll be there with Grandad.
Oh, good.
Also, Uncle John, I've been enjoying your cruise photos.
Have you? Oh, well, yeah, we're sort of cruisers now that we've packed up work. So, yeah, we're just going to enjoy our life as much as we can and see as many places as we can. We're very lucky, so... Yeah, yes, that's been good. But
you're very well travelled.
Well, I'd like to think so, but there's so many places to see, and there's plenty left. So we'll try our best.
Well, next couple of years, I'm hoping to go on the cruise soon.
I know you really like it as well, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so relaxing. Yeah. So I hope you get the chance, son.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
That's good.
Okay, well, Uncle John, before we get into the podcast, well, I want to introduce everybody to Uncle John. He's my mother's uncle and my nan's brother. And also, me and Uncle John, we always enjoy winding up my granddad. It's a shame he supports Wolves. But he could have supported a better team.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't changed him yet. But he might change now.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah, because they're not doing too well at the moment, Wolves, are they? So
no, they're near the bottom. They're in relegation zone at the moment.
Shame.
And also, I'll tell you interesting facts about me and Uncle John, the family. I'm actually half Spanish. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to Deportivo La Coruña.
Yeah.
Here is our Spanish team.
Yep, that's right. And did you know that Unai Emery's, I can't remember his grandfather or his father, played goalkeeper for Deportivo? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think that was an interesting fact.
Yeah.
So what part of Spain is Emery from?
He's from the Basque region. And I believe now there's 4 of the top managers in the Premier League from the same region, from the Basque region. So they've got a good...
That's interesting.
Yeah, seems to be doing well, the way they're playing. And all attacking sort of thing.
I think I like his style as well.
I do. I'll tell you what I also like about him. He's very humble. He never...
Yeah.
He'd never... Yeah. He keeps us on the ground because things, we will lose games.
Yeah.
So, because everybody, what happens with the Villa and we go back, we're going to win everything and then all of a sudden it just... But I think we're on an upward trend.
Yeah. I think the good times are back, I think.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, he's done marvellous there. The way the team, you can see him, the way they're grabbing each other and smiling and that. And,
what I like about Emery is he always wants us to improve even more.
And that's it. That's a good point there, Chad. Because the thing is, I don't think even though the players are happy there, they can never rest on their laurels. Do you know what I mean? They know, because he will be looking for other people, won't he?
And also, I think it's the right one to take us to the next level.
Definitely.
As well.
Definitely. Yeah.
He's not quite like Pep Guardiola, but he's nearly up there, though.
Oh, yeah. You know, give him a bit more.
Elite manager.
Yeah. Give him a bit more time, and I'm sure he looks good for us. Yeah.
So, Uncle John, it's been a very busy fixture week this week. But first, I'll start with the Chelsea game. What was your thoughts from the Chelsea game?
Well, I thought we'd get a draw. And I seen them. Chelsea had quite a few chances.
Oh yeah, they did. Quite a lot.
And I thought, oh gosh, but it just seems to be going the Villa's way as well. We could attack, and Watkins is just he doesn't matter whether he puts an elbow out or his bottom. He'll score a goal. He's just that way at the moment.
Well, Watkins is an absolute fire.
And
he's the first player since Sergio Aguero to get 6 consecutive away Premier League goals.
Gosh, with somebody like him, Sergio, I mean that's some stat, that is.
Since 2017.
Gosh, no,
it's a
real good stat, that is. And but I think that the defenders are getting wary of him as well now. They're watching him, and you can see them waving their hands to say to someone, "Come and mark him here. He's just behind me," or whatever sort of thing.
I think he bullies defenders.
Yeah, and rightly so. And he's strong. The way he pushed the 2 off at Leicester.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing. But
not the way actually he holds up the ball as well.
He's done that for a while though, hasn't he? He's always had that skill.
Yeah.
It's the rest of it, and it's the like finishing. But he's and I think everybody likes playing with him because he works so hard for the team.
Yeah. Well, surprised that Watkins hasn't got in the England squad.
Yeah, I mean, there's been lots of publicity about it, but Southgate's got a job to do.
That's it, yeah.
I'm sure he'll bring Watkins in when he needs him, or when he wants him.
Because also, England have got a very good side. They've got a lot of talented players in the England squad.
Yeah. Were you surprised on the Villa result against Chelsea?
I was surprised, but I did think... I thought it was going to be a draw. I didn't think we were going to win, but I think we made it hard for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Graham Potter was under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could have been given more time, but with these clubs, what I mean, they don't mess about, do they? Things.
What do you about Frank Lampard?
Yeah, he's back now, isn't he?
Yeah, back at Chelsea again, which is quite an interesting decision.
Yeah, strange. I know he's a favourite there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one. Yeah, he's always been a fan favourite.
And I used to hate him playing.
Because he's a legend.
Yeah, he is, but I used to hate him playing against the Villa because he always scored.
Yeah, he scored a lot against the Villa.
Every time he got the ball, he went, oh no, and he went like, what I mean, sort of thing. But
I always used to dread it when Lampard played against us.
Yeah, because you sort of knew he was going to pop up and score a goal, yeah.
And also, what do you think of John McGinn's goal?
It was lovely. Because he... I
can watch it all over and over again.
The different angles as well of it. And it seems like, usually he puts his foot right through the ball, really hard. He really hits it. But he seemed to just measure it this time and thought, well, I'll have a go. And it was... How it never got blocked as well, because there was about 3-4 players running towards him, weren't there?
Yeah.
And he still managed to get it to do that.
He never scores top-ins.
No.
He scores absolute worldies all the time.
But and I mean, you could see him as a captain and that, you know what I mean? The way he went.
And also, I think it's massively, he's improved since after Gerrard.
Yeah. What's the, you might be able to tell me this, what is it with John McGinn when he does that with his eyes? What is it, what's the significance? I mean,
it's some sort of celebration.
I just wondered.
He did it against Crystal Palace.
Right. And did that come from him?
So, yeah.
When he applied for Hibs, do you think? Did he used to do the same in Scotland?
Actually, it might have, I think it might have started from there.
I just wondered what significance. But hopefully we'll see it a lot more.
Yeah, and also he's playing regularly for Scotland as well.
And he's doing well there as well, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's captain as well, yeah.
No, I think he's had a bit of a.
So what's
Sorry.
you? No, you carry on.
I think he's had a hard patch. You know, when he first took the England job on, and then he lost a bit of form and got an injury. And I mean, he's bounced back now, hasn't he? You know, and I think he's done well as a player. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and was you impressed with Unai Emery's game plan against Chelsea, his tactics?
Yeah. I think he sort of brings them in, doesn't he? Lets them play the ball up to a certain level, and then you can play about as much as you want there. And then 2 or 3 passes, and the way they do it so quickly, and it's it really is good. I'm well impressed. As you say, it's exciting times.
It is. It's got that feel good factor back.
And we get to
Villa Park is buzzing again.
Well, I know Jack tells me that when he's down there as well. He says that there's a good vibe around the place, and I mean, tremendous place when everybody's happy and singing and bouncing and that, you know what I mean? And
but also, it's an amazing turnaround.
Yeah. No, it certainly is. I think we're getting to a stage where we're not frightened of anybody now.
Yeah.
I think we think we've got a good chance. We've got some great games coming up, Chad.
So, well, we got. Is it 9 games left? Is it?
Yeah.
So, as well as our good away form, are you pleased with how defensively solid we are?
I think Mings and Kanza, they went through a good patch under Dean Smith. Quite a while ago, and then with Gerrard, when they did the Gerrard period, and even at the start of Emery, they were making silly mistakes. Do you know? And
and also I think we're keeping clean sheets.
Yeah, it's great, and I mean you've got Emmy behind them. You know what I mean? And he's, he can always pull out a great save, and
Yeah.
No,
we've got the world number one. We've got the world's best.
Yeah, I know. I bet you enjoy saying that to people, don't you, Chad?
It's amazing that Aston Villa we've got that Argentina.
Yeah, I know.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant. And
so Uncle John, we'll move on to the Leicester game.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts of the Leicester game?
I always thought it was going to be a hard game because of Rodgers going and the new chap taking over.
Yeah.
And, they are under pressure. They've been a bogey Villa side, haven't they, to the Villa side, for years.
Yeah.
So I was quite pleased that we won. I mean, when we was 1-1, I know he changed it and he brought the other, he changed the substitutions and he does it a lot, doesn't he? So, and I mean, Traore, when he came on and his goal, you could see the joy in the whole team. They're all joined together, aren't they? And that's it, and they're just...
Yeah. They're all playing with confidence.
Yeah. What do you think of? Yeah. What do you think of Bailey? Who would you prefer, Bailey?
It's a bit hit and miss for me.
Yeah.
It's quite well. I think with Bailey, I think it needs to be more consistent. I prefer Traore, but it's hard to say, really.
Yeah, it is at the moment. Yeah.
I think he's inconsistent. He's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Leon Bailey has one good game and one time might have a bad game.
Yeah, and he's a little bit prone to not lose his temper, but he gives away a silly foul and he gave away the penalty once in the penalty area, and then I noticed in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game against Leicester, he lost his rag and he was pulling at the and give away the free kick, and that, even Unai was saying to him use your brain, think about it.
Yeah. And also, I think he's very wasteful. You don't take his opportunities as well.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, because he gets in some positions where you think, this one's going to go in, and it's, no.
And going back to Traore, do you think it was a good decision to call him back?
Yeah.
From his loan spell?
Yeah. I think, obviously, it's only what I think is that Unai knows that he needed someone else as well. Because Bailey's good, but he needs another winger. I think, that was coming out in some of the chats, and I think Traore's come back and he wants to prove a point, I think so. which is good for us.
It does, because I think Traore, his first season, he was really good.
Mm.
It shows what he can do.
Yeah. And the only faults I thought of him when he was in the first few seasons, and Bailey was the same. Sometimes they don't track back. Do you know what I mean? You know, they don't track back and win the ball. You know, but I think he's got over that, and I think Bailey's starting to be better. You know, I mean, I've seen Watkins doing some coming back and doing some tackles and that. You know, it's great to see. You know.
He tracks back as well.
Yeah,
but even chases back for his team.
Yeah, no, brilliant. You know,
well, you know Watkins. Do you think he's probably the best striker we've had in a long time?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so. With his stats as well now. I mean, I think he's been a very good player. The way he can hold the ball up,
and he's consistent.
Yeah. You know, the side wasn't particularly playing well, but you'd hit the ball up there, you know, and he'd hold on to it or he'd make something of it, you know. Yeah, he's a great asset. And I'm not taking that away from Ings, because I think Ings was a great player.
Yep.
You know,
oh, yeah, of course,
But I think Watkins is the better in the future, like, than the Villa.
But what it is with Watkins, he takes the responsibility. He takes the responsibility very well.
Yeah.
He's the one striker now.
No. And he's done well with injuries, hasn't he, really?
Yeah, he hasn't really got injured that often.
No. You know, it's good. You know, when he's in there all the time, in the thick of it. You know what I mean? And so, no.
Well, going back to the Leicester game.
Yeah.
Who do you think was man of the match? Did you see the Leicester game?
Yeah, I seen the Leicester game. I mean, I think there was a few players.
I think Moreno.
Yeah, I think he just tips his. You know, you don't realise what Luis is doing now. You know, in the middle.
Oh yeah,
you know,
he's
doing a lot more than he used
to.
You know, yeah, and Buendia is there as well. You know, he's doing it, and you know, there's quite a few of them that are doing that, doing the job for me. And then you mentioned it earlier.
He's a real magician. He is.
Yeah.
He's got real good vision.
Yeah. And there's a little cracker in it.
He's one of my favourites, actually.
Yeah. He is, and he can't half jump for a ball, can he?
Oh yeah, he does.
I don't know how he does it. He's either got some springs hidden in his boots, you know what I mean, that he pulls out, and, like Captain Gadget, is it? You know what I mean? I don't know if you ever remember that from years ago, but
he's really small.
Yeah.
He's height, and he can handle a ball still.
Yeah. No, he's a good player. No, and then again, like Mings, and you know, Mings is playing well. You know, they're all coming back into it, and no. I think Young got caught out with that ball. You know, and he knows he's professional enough. You've met him, haven't you? You've met him.
He's a great bloke.
Yeah, he said he was a lovely chap. Yeah.
What I like about Ashley Young is he's a good leader.
Yeah.
He leads by example.
Yeah. The young ones all look up to him, don't they? Because he's done it, hasn't he?
That's his experience.
Yeah.
Have you been enjoying Moreno's performances?
I do. Yeah. I think he's good, and I mean, he's usually taken off in the last 15 or 10 minutes, which is fair enough because he's obviously, you know, done his bit. Yeah. But you know, he powers forward, and he's a good passer of the ball. Yeah. You know, he's
got good vision.
Yeah. And
also he runs up and down the pitch. He don't stop running, and he tracks back as well.
Yeah. And he seemed, you know, from what the reports, he seems to have settled in well to the Villa team, hasn't he? And everything around it and everything there. And
also, he's another fellow Spaniard as well.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. It's amazing how many Spaniards or Spanish-speaking people are at the Villa game now, aren't they? You know, the ground.
It's amazing. Yeah. Well, the Spanish players have got good quality.
Yeah. And I think a lot of them have come through the youth system, you know, over there. And brought him up there because I think he was.
And we've got a very good academy.
We've got some good players coming through. I mean, you know, Archer. I don't know if are you a favourite of Archer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Middlesbrough fans.
I like him. I do.
The Middlesbrough fans rate him.
He's a good loan spell.
Yeah, they like him. The Middlesbrough fans, they rate him. You know what I mean? His vision and his work rate and that. So
I think it's the right decision to loan him out to Middlesbrough.
Yeah. I think
to get some more matches under his belt.
Definitely. And can I just go back to Chelsea? What was
of course.
It was the ex-Villa player that joined from Chumaweka. What was it?
Oh, Chukwuemeka.
Yeah, was he on the bench?
I'm not sure if he was even in the team.
I don't think he was. I mean, that was
No, it was a bad move for him. That was really.
Yeah, it hasn't turned out right for him, has it?
No.
So.
And going back to the Leicester game, do you think it was right not to give the penalty to Leicester?
Yeah, definitely. When you see...
I think the referee got it right.
Spot on he did, you know what I mean? You could see that the Leicester player barged into...
Yeah.
And it was quite clear. I mean, it's a good job they do have them cameras, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good job.
Because first thing he thought, oh, gosh, it is a penalty and that. And that's what the ref thought. And then,
But then you saw that Watkins, they pushed Watkins.
Yeah.
Not sure what the player was, but he pushed Watkins.
Yeah, he barged into him. Yeah, no.
So going to the next game coming up, what do you expect from Nottingham Forest on the weekend?
I think another very hard game for the Villa, like Leicester, even more so maybe. I think they'll be playing defensive. And then hopefully, to get and playing at home, the pressure's on a little bit, Villa as well, because they want them to start doing well.
We need the crowd to play their part.
Yeah, and
get behind the team.
Be patient, and the things,
Yes.
I mean, it could end up a 5-0 win if we get an early goal and they have to come forward. Because they've got to get... they want a point at least, don't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Nottingham Forest, I can expect them to... they will have a few chances in the game, I think. On the break, I think. We have to watch them on the break.
Yeah.
As long as we defend solidly like we have been, I think they'll be okay.
And which position do we move up to if we win, Chad?
I'm not sure. It all depends on the results, but depends what Brighton do, I think. So we could go 6, depending on what they do.
Gosh, that'll be interesting. Yeah, no, that'll be good.
But I can't remember the last time we finished in there for a while.
No. And the one game I'm really interested in is not interested in the Newcastle game, which is the following one. I think that will be a good test because they're...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's at home as well. You'll probably go to that one, won't you?
Well, and the third in the table.
Yeah, So
in the Champions League place is Newcastle.
Yeah. That's a good test for the Villa, I think.
I think realistically that game might be a bit tough, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll take a draw from that game.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be a good measurement of how good we are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that can test us, Yeah,
really test us, And I'd also like to see us come back from than maybe a 1-0 when we're losing, and come back. I think we've got the fight to do it.
Yeah.
But I'd just like to see it now because, I remember early in the season, once we were down, you know what I mean? It just...
Yeah.
You just felt,
Well, what it is, we've got nothing to lose. I think...
No.
We're going to go for it.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Win as many games as we can,
Yeah. And,
so do you believe it's still possible?
Europe, I do,
do you think Europe is still... Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, definitely. I think that's the goal. I think Unai's very, very, saying there is a chance. The way he says there is a chance. Not saying definitely. He's good. I like the way.
Yes. I'm not sure about Champions League. Top 7, maybe. I'm not sure about Champions League.
Yeah. I think you're right.
We have to win a lot of games to do that.
Yeah. I think you're spot on, Chad. I think Europe will do us just nice.
Yeah.
For next season, you know what I mean? And
also, we attract more quality players.
Yeah, well, that will be an interesting, won't it? Do you think he's going to sign some players in the summer?
Oh, yeah, I think quite a few. It'd be a busy summer.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And Unai Emery is an absolute genius.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Yeah, do you expect him to turn it round so quickly?
No. I didn't think it was possible because even though the Villa players I thought were good players, the way they were playing,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a hard job. And I mean, he's really done well. Yeah, you can't knock him at all.
The thing is, it's got a good proven track record.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I don't think it is. But
he's won 4 Europa Leagues.
Yeah, but I don't think people have been taking the Villa too seriously lately, do you?
No, we got it under the radar, I think.
Yeah. But I think it's as you said earlier, it's good times, interesting times.
Yeah.
No.
Are you looking forward to the atmosphere on Saturday?
Yes, I think it'd be good. I think it'd be great there. You know what I mean? I think it's great because I know I've seen you sometimes on the telly because you were over the tunnel, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll sit just not left of the tunnel.
Yeah, now because I always look up. Yeah, and I know Jack looks across as well to see you, but I know when
because whereabouts does he sit?
He sits behind the goals at the Whitton end.
Yes.
So he's just he's just a bit back up from the goals there, and
I'll have to look out for him.
Yeah, definitely. I know he can see you and your granddad.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I always see, when you watch Match of the Day later on or whatever, and they always get the Villa coming out of the tunnel, and I look up and I think, oh, there's Chad up there, you know what I mean? So you got a good view there in line with the goals as well, aren't you?
Well, I think it's a brilliant seats we've got.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So, Uncle John, how long have you supported Villa?
Since I can remember. Since I used to go down.
So you always been a Villa fan?
Yeah. In the late, middle 60s. And then coming up in the 70s and that, and I can remember. Yeah, I see a lot of the old players, photos of them,
That's great.
Chico Hamilton and people, I could just tell you, Andy Lockhead was another great one. You know what I mean?
Have you ever watched Pele?
No.
When he was at Villa Park, that time he played at Villa Park.
What's the name again? Say the name again. Didn't catch that.
Pele.
Right, no, I don't remember that.
The Brazilian legend.
Oh, sorry. I
think he played Santos.
He did come down there. Yeah, sorry. I remember him coming down there, and I remember seeing it all in the papers and that and everything. Because I think the game was nearly cancelled, I think it was, and then they put it back on or something for some reason. It seems to bring something back. But Pele, that was it, Santos. Well, he had to come to the best team in the Midlands, didn't he? I mean...
with the best team in the Midlands.
He wouldn't go to Molyneux or St Andrews, would he? Or the Hawthorns.
No, when they're as good as Villa.
Man, you know what I mean? But no. But now some great time. But then, I remember him going down to the third division and seeing some of the teams. Have
you watched a lot of games in the past?
Yeah, years ago. When I used to get out and watch them at Villa Park. But now I don't live in Birmingham, so you know what I mean. It's a bit harder to see them. But no, it was, and the pitches are different now. They're like carpets now.
Oh, it's changed over years ago.
I mean, Andy. I'm trying to remember Andy.
Yeah.
Andy Gray, is it? Andy Gray.
Andy Gray.
Yeah, I remember watching him. It was lovely, and he was covered in mud. Do you know what I mean? He's still running.
Yeah, muddy pitches then,
yeah. And but different type of football, you know what I mean? And then we had like a Georgie Best called Willie Anderson, and he came from Man United.
Oh yeah.
He came from Man United and played with George Best. But
that's fascinating.
And Chico Hamilton and everything. And I can't remember.
Uncle John, I'll change the subject. Sorry. But what do you think of Steve Cooper? As the Nottingham Forest manager?
I think he's a sort of. He's obviously a good player because and a good manager. I think, didn't he only join them in 2021? Is it? I think he only he got them up. And I don't think they'd been in the Premier League for so many years, had they? For a long time.
Yeah.
But they've spent...
He's done a good job.
They've spent a lot of money.
Oh, they've spent loads of money.
And it'd be sad to see him go down, you know what I mean? But it's just, if you're down there, that's it. You don't win the games.
It's Forest are a big club.
Yeah. I think
that's what got time back into it.
Yeah. No, definitely. And it'd be sorry to see them, but hopefully they won't win.
Yeah.
They won't win this weekend anyway. That's that'll do me. I'll be gutted.
And Steve Cooper, he's used what he's got.
Yeah.
The players he's got wisely.
Yeah. And he's a decent manager, the way he shows himself on the TV. You know, he's not blasé and I'll do this. He's pretty honest, isn't he, when he's talking. No, I think that's be interesting game, Chad. Be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think you do nowadays the way the Villa are playing, aren't you? You know what I mean? It goes into...
I'm very optimistic.
Yeah. No.
And what's your score prediction?
Well, I'm going to go for 2-1. I'm going to go...
Yeah, that's a good decision. I'm going to go 3-1.
Right. You know, as I said, it could...
Go 3-1 Villa.
I'll go for 2-1. You know, it could... If the Villa get an early goal and then they've got to come out and try, we might beat them a bit more. But, no, I think it'd be a good game. So you're 3-1. You haven't put a bet on it, have you? Have you put a bet?
Well, I'm going to put a bet on Watkins
again.
again.
You do. Well, no wonder he's making you a fortune.
Yeah. He is, yeah. I'm quite good at my bets.
You are, I know. You don't tell many people, though, do you?
No, don't give my tips away, though.
Good idea. Good idea. Good.
Well, right, Uncle John, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. Excellent. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And please give my video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please remember to subscribe to my channel. And also, thank you, Uncle John, for your time.
No, thank you for inviting me. It's been great.
I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you asking me. I feel very privileged, so thank you very much.
I'd like you to do it again sometime.
No problem.